Your thoughts?
Olive, I just first of all want to tell my friend Josephia that the first time Raila Amolo Odinga has been wrong is now.
Sorry, the first time Raila Odinga has been?
Wrong.
Wrong.
In all his actions of Mandamano is now. Reason being, I remember last year, just after the free, fair and credible elections of August 9th, on this show, I said Raila risks to go down the trenches of history as a selfish leader if he opts to reject the results of this election. And that is what he's doing in a very precedented manner. And I said this on this show 6 months ago, that Raila Amolo Odinga risks going down the trenches of history as a very selfish leader. And on this issue of talks, the only talks that the Kenya Kwanza government is willing to do is the talks between the government and the Kenyan people. And if you look what the leadership of Kenya Kwanza government has done, that is the President William Ruto. One, he's focused on empowering the small traders. Look at the impacts of the Hustler Fund. They are very beautiful, successful stories down there. Look at the plan that he has for creating jobs. If you look since he was sworn in, he has been able to convince investors to come to this country, starting with the Taifa Gas in the Mombasa region. Honestly, that is the fact. How many jobs is that industry going to create? Including yesterday, the Moderna plant that is going to be constructed. A close approximate of 70 billion is going to be injected in that particular project. How many jobs is it going to create? This is a president who cares for the people. And that is why we are saying, as Kenya Kwanza government, the government is going to have a conversation with the people. Raila Amolo Odinga has some selfish interests that is not projecting. Yesterday...
But Newton, isn't Raila Amolo Odinga a Kenyan?
He is a Kenyan, yes.
William Ruto is willing to have talks with the Kenyan people. Is Raila Amolo Odinga not a Kenyan? And is he not somebody possessed of a wealth of experience?
He's possessed, and that is what I'm saying. You see, when you stay at the stage for too long, you lose your credibility. And right now, it is that moment that Raila Amolo Odinga has lost his credibility. Because honestly, why would he go looking for... You know, in politics, we say people look for a leader. The leader doesn't come looking for his people. But what we have seen for the last 3 days that he has held Mandamano, Raila leaves his home with Kalonzo, with Martha Karua. They go to those particular slums. But
isn't that the same thing Kenya Kwanza did when they were on the campaign trail?
Yes, that was a campaign trail.
Homes,
that was a campaign trail. But are we campaigning right now? Are we in an electioneering period right now? We are not. And if you look very critically, this is a man who is trying to force his agenda to the people of Kenya. In fact, and the people of Kenya have refused.
In fact, your Kenya Kwanza KK leader, William Ruto, went so far as to be nicknamed by the president Tanga.
No, that was just a political statement because they had gone into a marriage through the handshake.
No, let him finish and then I'll come.
You get me? That is just a communication that was done because the president had gone into a handshake with the current Mandamano leader. Because that is what Raila Amolo Odinga is right now. He's a Mandamano leader, of which that is something that is really, really, really bringing him down. If there are talks that we are supposed to have, honestly, Olive, are the talks of the people who wanted to subvert the will of the people at Bomas of Kenya. On 15th, when the chairman...
Why have we not had those talks? Why is your side not initiating audit?
No, we cannot initiate because that is not the responsibility of the government. One thing that you need to note...
You can't make claims on public fora and then not now take steps, remedial steps.
Some of the steps that have been taken, you can note very clearly that the rogue commissioners, there is a Kenyan who petitioned parliament and the due process was followed and those commissioners went home. Those are some of the activities that were done. There are some that remain untouched. And that is why we are saying, if there are talks to be done, why is Raila Amolo Odinga so hell-bent to have the servers opened? What has he done to the servers? Because that is the communication we need to tell. You cannot come 7 months down the line, Olive, and claim that your victory is in the servers.
For the sake of argument,
yes.
If this election was not stolen, what is the big deal?
No, the big deal is, I appreciate
that the president was a candidate and therefore had ideally had no business to do with servers.
Exactly. You see, he had no anything to do with servers, and right now as we speak, the IEBC commission is not there. So even if the Maandamano leader is busy telling Kenyans that, oh, we want the server opens, what has he done to the servers in the first place? Because this is not a straightforward thing. If he had access to the servers,
would he be asking for...
You see, the president doesn't have access to the servers. The commission of IEBC is the one that has access to the servers. Right now as we speak, the raw commission has resigned. They are not there. Those who completed their time, they are not there. So the best and the most wise thing that Raila Amolo Odinga can do is to let his team in Bunge to nominate the member of the IEBC selection panel. We have an IEBC panel and an IEBC commission constituted, and then after it has been constituted, he takes his grievances of opening the server to that commission. Because right now, you're dragging the president into this conversation, and the president has nothing at all to do with this particular thing. Okay. And therefore, we are just telling Raila Amolo Odinga, follow the law. And in the same olive, I just want to comment that Article 37 of the Constitution, in regards to the picketing and demonstrations, I believe it is about time that the governor of Nairobi and the Kenya Kwanza government tries to restate the Uhuru Park Gardens for purposes of maandamano and picketing. Because right now what we are seeing, Raila is busy distracting businesses and private enterprises in this city. Because we probably, at this moment, we don't have a central place where he can go, picket, and do all the demonstrations that he wants, and deliver the petition to the offices that he wants. Okay. And therefore, it is a challenge to the county government of Nairobi to constitute a team or maybe revert the Uhuru Park to be back to the people, so that when such mandamanos happen, we don't see Raila going, oh, to Mathare, oh, the next day he's going to Imaradaima, the next day he's going to, I don't know where, to Westlands or this place for Westlands. Exactly, you got me, in search of state house. We need to address this issue of enabling Article 37 of the Constitution, so that we can have a central place whereby when they are picketing, they are not infringing on the right of others.
Okay.
And we are not going to risk having journalists being attacked by stray canisters of tear gas.